All right. So I would like to welcome you all to the final pitching event of Innovation Nation 2022. We're going to be starting first with the founder of the Bosnia Herzegovina Futures Foundation, Eddie Edhem Čustović. So Eddie, the stage is yours.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the 2022 Innovation Nation pitching evening. It's been a long journey, and we're finally here. For many of the competitors and the participants, I believe it's been a fantastic learning experience for all of you. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved in making this Innovation Nation 2022, again, very, very successful. There's been a lot of people involved, a lot of companies involved, a lot of our partners that need to be thanked along the way. But most of all, I want to thank all the participants for hanging in there, for spending all your weekends and weekdays among all your other activities during the year. Whether you're studying or working a full-time job, you devoted time to do something different, to learn something, to compete, to meet people, to network, to expand your horizons, and most of all, to develop your entrepreneurial spirit, which at the end of the day is the goal of Innovation Nation. I'd like to first of all thank all of our partners, and that includes IEEE. IEEE, for those of you that are not aware, is the organization that incubated and helped us get Innovation Nation started back in 2016. La Trobe University, whose curriculum we're using in this particular program, the MIT Legatum Center for Entrepreneurship, our partners from across the Atlantic Ocean, very thankful to them for all their support. I'd like to thank Mistral, our partners in many activities in the Bosnia Herzegovina Futures Foundation, the GIST Entrepreneurial Network, Fondacija Mosaic for supporting this year's prizes as well, EFSA, the Entrepreneurship Academy, Southeast Europe, Infobip and Zendev, also our technology partners along the way. Without you, 2022 Innovation Nation would not have been possible. So a big virtual round of applause for all of our partners for making this a reality. And we hope that you'll continue to support the development of young entrepreneurial spirit in Bosnia and Herzegovina. If I can have the next slide, Elvis, please. Thank you. So it has been a long journey. We started just around summertime with the call for participation. We had a lot of applications, and I have to say this year we had a lot of quality applications. And it seems to me that every year the applications get better and better. More and more people know about Innovation Nation. They know what it means to be a part of it. And they also know that it takes time and let's say, sacrifice to be part of this program. And so we get applications coming in, quality applications, and most of all, we get applications from all over Bosnia. And I want to thank everyone for making an effort to do that, because education, as you know, is part of a huge component of Bosnia Herzegovina Futures Foundation. We want to ensure that everyone has equal opportunity to access this type of program. And this year, I believe we have participants from around 20 towns, or maybe even more towns in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which is a fantastic achievement. The year started off with a call, and we went around the country. So we spent time in Sarajevo at Mistral's HQ, and we held our kickoff session there. And I do recall that myself and Petar Stojanov gave a talk in the middle of a highway to try and give you guys a bit of a heads up in terms of what the program's about. You then spent several weeks online after the first kickoff session, and then you ended up in Banja Luka, where you provided your first pitches, and you received funding for your first pitches as encouragement, but also as a means of getting your prototypes along the way, which is fantastic. We ended up coming back to Sarajevo 2 weeks ago, where you were all part of the Futures Leaders Summits. You had an opportunity to, expose your ideas to the public for the first time, truly to the public, receive some good feedback, and hopefully that provided you with a little bit of a fine-tuning element to your pitch that's happening right now. So there were 3 face-to-face components, and there is many of online interactions. And that's the beauty of today's world. We get to combine the best of the online and the offline to make things happen. In 2022, we had approximately 50 or so participants. Many of them were, as I said, from large parts of Bosnia and Herzegovina. You can see on the map there, I won't go through all the towns, but we truly made an effort to represent as many towns as possible. And we also made sure that we did a good job of balancing the male to female ratio. And you can see there are more female entrepreneurs on this call here, which is a fantastic result. various backgrounds, from engineers all the way through to individuals who are studying social sciences, as well as other forms of science, and so on. So that's a fantastic achievement. Diversity is key to providing really entrepreneurial ecosystems that thrive and take into consideration every element of the world out there. So thank you very much for making that happen. Elvis, next slide. Most of all, I want to thank these 6 individuals, because Innovation Nation is a program that is free of charge. It's free of charge because we believe in Bosnia Herzegovina Futures Foundation that education and high quality value information and content should not be behind the paywall. It needs to be accessible, free to everyone. But for that to happen, we need to have many partners, sponsors, and most of all, we need to have individuals who are willing to sacrifice their time, precious time, I have to say, which you can't get back, to educate you and push you along the way. So these 6 individuals, Naja, Anna, Selma, Elvis, Kerim, and Timur, sacrificed hundreds and hundreds of hours this year to ensure that all of you got what you did. And I have to say, some of them also sacrificed time last year. But that being said, the beauty of Innovation Nation is that it's free, it's accessible, but it relies on you, the up-and-coming entrepreneurs, giving back to the community. And what we mean by that is, if you've gone through the program and you've been a very good participant, we may pick you next year to be a teaching assistant in this program, which is, again, a really good contribution to the program, but also a good learning experience for you to understand what it's like to be on both sides of the fence. So Naja, Anna, Selma, Elvis, Kerim, and Timur, thank you from the bottom of our heart for making Innovation Nation 2022 happen. I'd like to ask everyone for a virtual clap, if you can, for our team there. They've been fantastic and sacrificed a lot of their time. So thank you very much, guys. Elvis.
Okay. So Innovation Nation is a 12-week program that aims to help young professionals develop their skills and create innovative new products using the Stanford design thinking model. During the program, participants have been divided into teams, provided mentors, advisors, and industry lecturers to guide them as they design and develop a new product which addresses specific challenges and a customer base. The 12 teams you will see today have actively worked on creating a startup business model for their product, including timelines, financial planning, marketing strategies, and ethical evaluations. The program is now to be concluded with a pitch event where teams can potentially secure a pre-seed funding to continue developing their ideas beyond the program. In addition to working on their product, participants will also have the opportunity to learn from industry experts through guest lectures and coaching sessions. Next slide, please. So this year, the program was structured into blocks, with the first 5 weeks focusing on finding a good problem and a solution, followed by 5 weeks of business proposal development, and the final 2 weeks dedicated to investment and pitching. Each block was wrapped up with a different format of a pitching event, and to date, the efforts of the participants will be put to the final test with this program. Before we proceed, I would like to mention that thanks to Mosaic and other partners, we have been able to secure $30K in finances for the teams. Meanwhile, in-kind contribution of volunteering hours invested through the past few months to provide this educational experience has been evaluated to about $80K. Next slide, please. On the behalf of the Innovation Nation Organizing Committee, I extend an immense gratitude to our 16 mentors, 12 advisors, and 10 industry lecturers who dedicated their time and expertise from numerous time zones ranging across 15 countries. Next slide, please. Our sincerest appreciation goes out to the honorable judges panel, without whom today's event would not have been possible. These 12 outstanding individuals will be deciding the winners of the final pitch, and thus we will introduce each of them. So first up, we have Milad Hadjiabdic. He holds a bachelor's in electrical engineering from the Grove City College and an MBA in finance from the Wharton School at UPenn. He spent 7 years working at General Electric and is currently a managing director of M&A investment banking at Citi. Alongside English and our mutual mother tongue, he is also proficient in English and Spanish. Next up, we have Fuji Avdic. Next slide, please. Thank you. Back in 2019, his name was found in the Forbes 30 Under 30 in the category manufacturing and industry. He started a commercial delivery company at age 22, which saw $20 million in sales within 3 years. After selling this company, he founded Striker Logistics, which has built a reputation as a service provider for various companies, including Tesla. He is a proud owner of a 300-acre property near Bowling Green, which is a home to a number of animals, including zebras, alpacas, and his horse Mishka. And then we have Edin Škalić, founder of FabLab, the first digital fabrication laboratory in Bosnia and the region, with a focus on additive manufacturing, AI, 3D bioprinting, AR, and VR technologies, and the basics of circular economy concepts. He's a mechanical engineer with a versatile experience ranging from intellectual property to entrepreneurship, and is a member of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the management board at Digital Storm DIH, and as of June this year, member of the Economic Advisory Council for the Municipality of Novo Sarajevo. Next up, we have Dražan Oreshanin, a data privacy manager with over 20 years of experience as a solution and database architect. He holds a strong background in business intelligence, big data analytics, data warehouse, and performance management, and has worked in projects for some of the largest companies in Europe and the Middle East. He is a startup mentor for AI and analytics at the Bird Incubator, a founder of Poslovna Inteligencija, which is a leading business intelligence and data warehouse vendor at the Adriatic region, and the founder of Legit Software. He works with major DWH, ETL BI platforms such as Informatica, IBM, and Microsoft. Throughout his career, he has provided architecture and solutions for a variety of industries, including telecommunications, banking, retail, and utilities.
All right. Next one up, we have Andrej Kaurin. So Andrej Kaurin is the CTO and co-founder of JS Guru, a company that builds digital products by providing product discovery, UX design, and software development services. He has almost 20 years of experience in IT entrepreneurship and startups. And apart from being an engineer, and a successful entrepreneur, he also holds a MBA in business administration and management, and he's a certified NLP practitioner. Next, we have Alexander Cabrillo, who is the founder and CEO of HTech Group, a global consulting, software engineering, and digital product development company that empowers the world's best high-tech companies, disruptive startups, and Fortune enterprises with innovative product design and sophisticated engineering solutions. He is also an active member at YPO Global One Chapter and the Association for Corporate Growth Silicon Valley. Next, we have Mirzo Stamuic, who is the president of the management board at Payton, a company that provides complete payment industry solutions for both non-financial and financial institutions. And he's also the co-founder of BB. Apart from having a very successful professional career, he was also the youngest directly elected member in the House of Representatives in the Parliament of the Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Next, we have Kerim Hadžić. He is the Chief Development Officer, CEO at the Rubis Caravans. He has a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from the University of Sarajevo, a master's from the University of Beijing. He is fluent in English, Chinese, and German, and is a co-owner of 2 companies registered in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Our next investor is Haris Lizde. If you have a LinkedIn profile, then you must have heard of Haris. He is one of the ambassadors of the Bosnia and Herzegovina Futures Foundation and works tirelessly on promoting its people and core values. Haris is based in Netherlands and currently works as a sales partner at InSource Group. Overall, he has around 20 years of experience in working in different financial institutions. He also enjoys mentoring and helping students and young professionals. Our next investor is Senad Šantić, and he graduated at the Chalmers University and holds bachelor's degree in information technology and master's degree in entrepreneurship and business design. Senad founded his first company when he was only 20 years old. Although he spent most of his youth in Sweden, he decided to return to Bosnia and Herzegovina. In Mostar, he co-founded Zendev, an IT consultancy company which hires over 80 people. He is also engaged in making Bosnia and Herzegovina a friendly environment for digital nomads, where he made significant progress so far. Next slide, please, Elvis. Thank you. And I'm sure that our next investor doesn't need an introduction. Edi Čustović, there is so much to say about him, but I will try to point some of the most interesting things. He holds a PhD in engineering and space physics at the La Trobe University in Australia. There, he also worked as an academic and director of the Work Integrated Learning Program in the School of Engineering and Mathematical Sciences. He also founded La Trobe Innovation and Entrepreneurship Foundry. Besides, Edi is a member of the IEEE, the world's largest professional organization for engineers, where he served in several global boards. He is one of the youngest senior leaders and board members within the IEEE. Besides that, he has co-founded many companies that are and still plays an active role in. And I'm sure something that we all know, Edi, together with brother Reshad, is the founder of Bosnia and Herzegovina Futures Foundation, and we can say definitely one of the main reasons that we all gathered here tonight. In the end, Edi states that he is the proudest of his unofficial role as a global ambassador of everything related to Bosnia and Herzegovina. And our last investor for tonight is Zoran Pulic. He is the founder of Mosaic Foundation, which is the partner of Innovation Nation Program for the last years. I'm sure that many of you have heard about Zoran even before this program due to his engagement and support to hundreds of small businesses across our country. Zoran is also a co-founder of Startup Studio, and in the last 4 years, they have helped to launch over 230 small businesses. He is also a 2010 Schwab or World Economic Forum social entrepreneur. He completed his master's degree at the London Metropolitan University and holds an MBA in Cartogli Business School. And overall, he has over 20 years of management experience.